Hope everyone's doing well today. Dennis 50 Plus here. And today we're going to discuss this Ciryasr solar irrigation system. My wife and I used to water our vegetable and flower garden, twice a day manually with a water hose until we purchased this solar irrigation system from Amazon. This system has saved us a lot of time and money. It's a real game changer. And if you are tired of watering your garden manually, I urge you to invest in this system here. Okay, so let's get into the unboxing of this irrigation system. It comes with instructions. That's the unit itself. And that's the top of the solar. On the top of the unit is the solar panel. So on the hookup side of everything, this is a drip head. It's called the main drip head. It controls the water flow that comes out the hoses. And that's a T unit that hooks up all the hoses that you need to hook up from the bottom and on the two sides. It's called a T unit. And you always got to have a pair of scissors to cut the desired length, of the hose you want to use for the, desired length of your garden. So after you cut the hose, you put one of the pieces of hose on one side. Okay, you put that drip head at the bottom hose. Well, it has a hose attached to it, and that goes to the bottom of the T. And then when you put the other hose on the other T, you add another T unit. They call T units. And then you add after you cut your piece of hose, you add another T unit inside that other hose, and then you cut another piece of hose, and then you add that piece of hose to the bottom of the T unit. And you get, that's called a drip stake. And when you add, cut another piece of hose and you add that drip stake to the bottom of that T unit. And then you just repeat the process. This is a demonstration of how they look when it all comes together with just those methods of putting them together. And you just repeat the process. And you got drip stakes on each, in each end, and hose connected to the T units. So this unit has a outline and an inline. And when you're hooking it up, you always want your water flow to go on the outline, because that's going to push water out of the unit. And your water flow is the line that's got the main drip head and the stake drips that's on that main line there. Those blue things are stake drips, and they go down into the ground by the root of your plant. But you hook up those to the outline for water flow, to the outline of the unit for water flow. And make sure you move some black tabs. They come on the back of that unit, and you won't be able to get those hoses on there if you don't remove those black tabs when unboxing. So now this is the filter that goes with the unit, and you want to hook the filter up to the inline in the back of the unit, because when you hook the filter up in the inline, that's what goes in the water, and it pulls the water through the system. The system pumps it in, and it pumps it out. So it pumps in from the filter once you immerse the filter inside the water. And we're going to, explain further. We're going to go into details a little further here. So the main thing you want to remember is your water line goes out and your filter goes in the back of the unit. And this is another demonstration of the unit where you can see a clear picture. You got your in line and you have your out line in the back of the unit. You have your in and out, and your water line goes out and your filter goes in. That's your power button. That's your mode. And you can set that thing for 1 hour, 10 to 15 minutes, for 10 to 15 minutes. Or you can set it daily. You know, a daily timer for like, 10 minutes every day, or 15 minutes. And this is the garden we're going to irrigate, you guys. This is our garden we're going to irrigate. It's about a 25-foot length garden that we're going to irrigate. We got some cucumbers and stuff down there. And like I said, it's been a real hot summer, and a lot of our stuff was drying out. But this irrigation system, boy, it really saved us. It really helped us out with a lot of our stuff. Well, Mother Nature can be brutal sometimes, but this is a great way to try to keep everything flowing as needed. Yeah, it's got some more little cucumbers down there. Yeah, it needs a little love in there. So yeah, this is the side of our garden, and another little cucumber. And you can see she my wife, she got eggshells and stuff to help. That's one of the little tricks with the eggshells. And got some little marigold flowers over there. And some herbs and spices. Got a few little herbs and spices in there. And you can see how hot the sun was, kind of dried out our sunflowers, but we're going to revive them. And here's your bucket, filling up the bucket with the water now, so we can get this thing going and pumping, so I can show you guys the drip irrigation and exactly the flow of the drip, how it's supposed to be. So you got your filter that's about to go inside the water, and these things right here, those are sensors. They go inside the water as well. It's part of the unit, and you'll see them, it's part of the unit. And they go inside the water as well, and everything is waterproof, because it's a solar system, so everything's waterproof. And those are just to let you know when the water goes out. And that's the filter screen, and you want to cover your bucket. And it got Velcro. My wife put Velcro tabs on it, but it's a filter screen that you put over the bucket to keep trash out of there. And on setup, you want to make sure you got a good spot in the sun. And you can either stake this thing in the ground. You can either stake it in the ground, or you could, it has screws and where you can mount it, on a planter box, or, mount it on the side of a secured area. And here's the water line. Here's the water line that we repetitiously built by cutting the scissors and using the T-units and putting them all together. It's just 3 steps to a puzzle, that's all. Just 1, 2, 3. Like I said, you cut your lines, and your T-unit guide you through the rest. So here's a demonstration. Here's a demonstration of the water flow. That's one of the main lines that was didn't have a stake head in it. So what you want to do, you take a stake head, a stake drip, and you put that stake drip at the end of that main line that was flowing, and that's the end of the hookup. And what you do, you put those 2 down at the bottom of the root of the plant. And as you see, it had like a lot of nice little drips going. And we're going to demonstrate some more drips here. And once again, this is the back of the unit. You got your time. You got your mode sets. You got your power on and off. You can set your mode like I said, 15 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day for 1 hour or for 5 hours, whatever your preference may be. Like I said, that's the stake. That's the stake that goes to part of the unit, and you stake that in the ground. Or you can actually put that, you can mount that thing. It came with screws. And we're going to give you some more demonstrations of how the drip flow looks. Now that everything is hooked up. And that's the type of drip you want to see come out of there. A constant drip like that. And you put that down at the bottom of the roots of your plants, and you be worried free. This is a great system, you guys. And girls, this is a great system. And here's another demonstration of how your drip flow should be. Coming through the stake drips. Oh yeah, there she go. That's a good demonstration there. And that's what you want to look for when it comes to this irrigation system. That's how you know you got it hooked up right. So as we mosey on down, checking some more, making sure everything got a drip to it. And sometimes you might run into a little thing because you don't have the hose on the back of the drip stake tight. You gotta make sure those things be tight. They actually kind of like pop in place, but you got to make sure they kind of tight and everything. And so you won't have one that's not dripping, or it don't have a steady flow of a drip. And here's a situation here. Here's a situation here. And once you pop this thing on, it wasn't on there tight. Once you pop her on there, and there she go. She flows like she needs to. There she go. So if you're ready to save time and money, click the Amazon link below in the description. If you found this video useful and helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe. Thank you. Now let's enjoy the fruits of our labor.